Well, can I just say to you, the view from up here is spectacular. It is so fantastic to see so many of you here supporting our fellow Australians. It is so important that we consistently stand together and support all Australians. I have been a long supporter of the Jewish community. I support Israel. I am Zionist, and I am proudly so. But one of my favourite things about the Jewish community is your wonderful sense of humour. And I wasn't going to reference this, but after Jenny Leong's absolutely disgraceful comments, and the fact that Julian just mentioned the reference to tentacles, there was a particular Facebook page run by Jewish Australians. What would you do with your tentacles? And the favourite answer I saw was light all my Hanukkah candles at the same time. To deal with the most anti-Semitic of trope from someone who is a representative of this state, yet your community is still able to consistently stand together, to know that you have supporters that stand with you, and to be able to see a light aside and know that you are supported. We just had division in this country over the voice, and overwhelmingly Australians voted against division. I want you to take comfort as those on the far left seek to divide us, to seek to bring anti-Semitism into our communities, into our schools, into our parliaments, that it is those quiet Australians who do not reflect those views, who can't be here with us today but stand with us in spirit as we continue to stand together against anti-Semitism. When I was at school studying modern history, and I'm sure many of you remember, and you hit the 1930s, and people in class would say, I would never have stood by and watched that happen. Well, it is not 1930s Germany. It is 2024 in Australia, and we have some of the most unbelievable anti-Semitic behaviour occurring. The 600 names of creatives that had been dispersed, the doxing that has been done, and the families that have now been targeted. I've spoken to families who have changed bat mitzvahs and bar mitzvah dates and locations for security fears. This is unacceptable in today's Australia. So if you ever sat in a modern history class and said, I would never stand by and let that happen, like all of you here today, we will stand up and say, never again is now. We will reclaim the Opera House. We will make sure that the symbols of this nation that are seen around the world reflect who Australia truly is, and not the disgraceful, unprecedented behaviour we saw on the steps of the Opera House on October 9th. And if anyone wants to know when there was a ceasefire, it's called October 6th. And yet we had 57 days before the UN called out the atrocities that happened, the murder and the rape and the torture of so many Israelis, not just Jewish people, Israelis. The kidnapped people that are still, I think we're 134 days and we've still got 134 people being held hostage. They must be brought home. It took the federal government, the Labor federal government, of which, take note, none of them are here. Take note, none of them are here. 118 days to declare October 7 a terror attack. What are they missing as they pander to 2 seats in southwest Sydney, afraid to upset the far left of their own party? Shame on Labor. As a Conservative woman, I stand with every Jewish woman here, because we know Remember last year and the year before? Believe all women? Well, it wasn't believe conservative women. It's not believe Jewish women. We're the wrong kind of women, and I've never been prouder to be with the big bunch of you today. So we stand with you in solidarity. Anti-Semitism has no place in our country, and I know Julian and so many of my colleagues will continue to fight for you and your community. Thank you.